Hi friends, I am Dr. Sanjay Pandit Kamre, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Yeshwantrao Chavan KMC College, Kolhapur. I know that I already discussed with you the syllabus of BA Part 3rd Semester 5 and Semester 6. Now, from Semester 5, I am going to discuss with you, I am going to teach you. It's my effort to teach you this module number 4 because as on today there is no you can say that yet declare that when the college will start. So it is my effort to share with you, to communicate with you by this through this platform. Now today we are going to discuss, we are going to learn, this is a small poem by Jiban Anand Das. So it is better to see what is a poem. Let us start. We are going to start with this, the introduction. Module number 4, the title of this module is I Shall Return to This Bengal. As we know that Bengal was entirely a long kind of province before independence. After independence, Bengal was divided into two parts, and some part of it was included in West Bengal, and remaining part was given to that is Bangladesh. This is a political issue, but due to this political issue, people, especially Bengalis people, they suffered a lot, and there was a kind of feelings in their mind that some people, they went to West, they went to Bangladesh, and after that, they spent their life in a very miserable condition, and they wanted to return. They wanted to return, but they could not return because of their land, because of their farm was there located in that particular area, in that particular location, and say they couldn't return to you can say that West Bengal. But there was a kind of feelings which was haunted, which haunted them, which haunt them, and that feeling is nothing but the you can say that this poem. It is written by Jiban Anand Das, a Bengali poet who was born in 17th February 1899 at Bariswal town, which is now in the south central Bangladesh. After Rabindranath Tagore, Jiban Anand Das emerged as the creator of new kind of modernity in Bengali poetry. We know that Rabindranath Tagore, but after Tagore, there is only one name which can be, you can say that, note down, or which can be taken into consideration. That is Jiban Anand Das. In especially in Bengali poetry, Das started writing and publishing in his early 20s. He is a poet of 20th century. Many of his poems have been published posthumously. After his death, his poems have been published by the initiatives of his brother Ashokanand Das, sister Sucharita, and nephew Amita Anand Das. Thus, thus singularities lies in his ability to perceive beauty in the unacknowledged and small object of the nature. The last few years of his life were marked by dire financial distress and acute unhappiness. He suffered a lot due to partition of India. He died on 22nd October 1954. So, Jibban Anand Das was born in before independence, and he died after independence of more than 14 to 15 years after the independence. So let us see what is this poem about. This poem is about the partition, the trauma of partition. Partition is a kind of separation between two nations, between two countries. Trauma partition is depicted very realistically in this poem. Poet expresses his strong nostalgic feelings about old Bengal or Bengal. He wants to take rebirth to return to United Bengal, which had given him utmost fulfillment during his lifetime. He desired to take rebirth in Bengal not as a man but as a myna or a fishing kite or a dawn crow or maybe as a duck. The poem broadly represents trauma of partition that the poet underwent in his last phase of life. There are many poets, there are so many, you can say, that writers who come across with who came across with this partition of India and Pakistan, partition of Bangladesh and West Bengal. So these are the partitions which took place in the life of Indian people, and those who suffered, those who went through this partition, and those minds are sensitive, they come towards creative writing. There are so many examples of these the people like Jibananandas, but here we are going to study particularly we are going to study the trauma of Jiban Anand Das in his poem I Shall Return to This Bengal. The poet wants to return to Bengal that is not the West Bengal, the united Bengal. Before partition, all the people living together, or all the people, Hindu, Muslim, Sikhs, all those who are living in that Bengal, they were living happily. But partition has separated the people from each other. We separate, we have, there was a line of control, and that line of control became the destiny of these people, became the fate of these people. Those who suffered, they know what is a partition. Actually, it's my opinion or it's my idea that partition is nothing but a political, you can say, that issue. And these politicians or the political, you can say, that background has given a foreground for the people, and because of that, people suffered. People have to migrate from one place to another place. Migration or separation brings some kind of change in the life pattern of the people. So let us see in this poem, I shall return to this Bengal, to this Dhanishri's bank, perhaps not as a man, but Maina or fishing kite or dawn crow, floating on the floating on the mist bosom to alight in the shade of this jackfruit tree in this autumn harvest land. In this autumn harvest land. Or maybe a duck, a young girl's bells on my red feet, drifting on calmly scented waters all the day. For a lover of Bengal's river fields corpse, I will come this way to this green shore of Bengal, drenched by the Jalangi's waves. Perhaps you will see a glass fly ride the evening breeze, or hear a barn owl call from the silk cotton tree. A little child toss rice grains on the courtyard grass, or a boy on the Rupsa turgid stream steer dinghy with torn white sail, white egrets swimming through red clouds to their home in dark. You will find me among their crowd. So we have gone through this poem. So one by one I am going to explain. I shall return to this Bengal. This is the wish of Jibananandas, the poet, the speaker in this poem, wants to take return, or he wants to take rebirth. He wants to rebirth. He wants to take the rebirth, and he wants to return to Bengal. This Bengal. Bengal is not, you can say, that West Bengal, united Bengal, which includes the delta of Ganga, which includes the delta of Brahmaputra, rivers, many more rivers. This is a big delta where all the rivers of Himalayan rivers meets together, and it is a fertile land. It is an agricultural land where the poet has spent his life. There is, you can say, that affectionate, you can say, that attachment to this land, and he wants to say, or he says, that I shall return to this Bengal, to the Dhanithri's, you can say, that Dhanithri's bank. Dhanisri is not a bank. Bank is shore of the river. Dhanisri is a river from West Bengal, from Bengal, United Bengal. He wants to come. He is no more, but he wants to come. How he wants to come? He wants to come not as a man, means he is not alive here, but he wants to take the form of Maina, a bird, or a fishing kite, a bird, another bird which is fishing, which hunt the fish, which hunts the fishes. So he wants to take the birth of Maina, the birth of fishing kite, or a dawn crow. He is ready to become any kind of things. Maina, fishing kite, dawn crow. Okay, just see, very minutely, very deeply, we have to find out the feelings behind this line. Floating on the mist bosoms to alight. Floating on the mist, fog. The poet wants to float, bosom to alight in the shade of this jackfruit tree, where he spent his childhood, where he spent his life, where he spent his, you can say that, lifetime. So during his lifetime, what he saw? He saw a jackfruit tree. He saw, you can say that, Dhanishri river. Many more things are there. In the shade of this jackfruit tree, in this autumn harvest land. This land is, though there is autumn, but it is a harvest land. Where once upon a time, nowadays also, not only once upon a time, but nowadays also, there is the harvest season. There is a harvest season. Poet wants to take rebirth in the form of Maina, in the form of kite, in the form of, you can say that, another bird that is given here, or maybe a duck, a young girl's bells on my red feet, drifting on my culmy scented waters all the day. The water of this river, the water of this river which gives me spinach, vegetables, and I want to take, I want to enjoy, I want to enjoy, I want to see that culmy scented waters all the day. Bengal is such a place where river flows, continually river flows. Many rivers are there. Bengal is called as the delta of Himalayan rivers. So there are so many fields, and in these fields, the you can say that crops are grown, and Kalmi is one of the, you can say, the famous grown crops in that area, in that location, in that, you can say that, field. So he wants to say, he wants to show that how that Kalmi is scented, that vegetable is having the scent, having the essence, and that has a kind of, you can say that, a smell, and that a smell which is drifting on Kalmi scented waters all the day. For a love of Bengal's rivers, fields, crops, I will come this way. There is no other another way to come, because I am not no more. I am dead, but I will take the form of, you can see that, crow. I will take the form of Maina. I will take the form of, you can say that, that is kite, and I will come to this land because I love this land. We don't want to separate, but our destiny, our fate, our politicians, they have made this issue, and we have been separated by, because of them. For love of Bengal, I still love. The poet loves Bengal's rivers. What he loves? He loves Bengal's rivers, fields, crops. Whatever yield is there, he loves. I will come this way. This is the one way. This is one option in front of me, and this way I want to come to this Bengal. In the next line, how he express, how is Bengal? To this green shore of Bengal. The Bengal is not, you can say that, Westland. It is a green land, green shore of Bengal, drenched by the Jalangi's waves. Another river, branch of the Ganga river, branch of the Ganga river. Means he wants to see, he wants to enjoy that shore of Jalangis, waves of Jalangis. Perhaps you will see a glass fly ride of evening breeze. Perhaps you will see a glass fly ride the evening breeze. In the evening, there are the birds, butterflies, many more insects. They fly. Or hear a barn owl call from the silk cotton tree. Or you can hear, I wants to hear, I wants to see that, you can say that glass fly in the evening breeze. I wants to see a call from barn wall, silk cotton trees. Bengal is famous for silk. Bengal is famous for cotton, handmade, handcuffs. A child toss rice grains on the courtyard grass. Bengal is famous for rice crops. And there is the description of the child. A child toss rice grains on the courtyard grass. Beauty of the Bengal. Green Bengal. Greenery of the Bengal is described in this poem by the poet. Or a boy on the Rupsa turgid stream steer a dinghy, sorry. Very minutely the poet has observed. A boy on the Rupsa sturged stream steer a dinghy, a small boat. A boy which is described by the poet who is, you can say that, running, who is steering a small boat which can be used for the fishing, which can be used for the traveling, with torn white sail, white egret swimming through red clouds to their home in the dark. You'll find me among their crowd. The poet appealed to us. If you want to find me, if you want to see me, I'll be in the crowd. I'll be in the crowd. You can find me among their crowd. Which crowd? The sail white egret swimming through the red clouds. The clouds are red. And in this way, the poet has, you can say that, described, poet has, you can say that, expressed his feelings. Very interesting kind of poem is there. Let us see what are the new words in this poem which we come across. Let us see in the glossary notes. Bengal, as we know that it was once upon a time, it was known as the United Bengal. Before partition, it was known as the United Bengal or Bengal. But later on, the Bengal was divided into two parts. One became Bangladesh and another is West Bengal. Dhanashri, a main river of Golghat, district of Assam, Dimapura, district of Nagaland, it originates from Laisang peak of Nagaland. Jackfruit, as we know that it is a tropical Assam Asian tree, also known as the jack tree. It is a species of tree in the fig, mulberry and breadfruit family. Kalmi, water spinach, tropical plant grown as a vegetable for its tender shoots and leaves. It is found throughout the tropical and subtropical regions of the world. Jalangi, a branch of the river Ganga, dinghy, a small sailing boat. Drenched, wet thoroughly, egret, crane, heron with mainly white plumage. Rupsa, a river in southwestern Bangladesh, turgid, swollen and distended. So with this, we have finished this poem. It's a very small poem which I tried my level best to teach you within a short time of period. Actually, when the actual teaching, classroom teaching will take place, it will take at least 2 hours. But I have, you can say that very briefly, try to analyze this poem in a short time of period. Try to understand. Okay, we will do some exercises. Let us see. Choose the appropriate answer and complete the following sentences. Dash dash floats on the mist bosom. What is that? We have to see that. After his death, the poet would like to take rebirth in the forms of all. Answers are all. Really speaking, A is answer correct is there. Then in the for the first, that crow is answer correct. Number 3, the green shore of Bengal is drenched by the waves of Jalangi. Okay, the owl calls from the silk cotton. A little child tosses on the rice grains. So let us see some of the vocabulary exercises. Noun, verb, adjective, etc. We are going to see it here. Okay, I tried my level best to finish this poem. So if there are any doubts, any queries are there, you can contact me through this you can say that platform. I will see your comments and I will change my teaching ways. So I hope your comments, I hope your suggestion for teaching, to improve my teaching learning, or my to improve myself. Okay, with this I take your leave. Thank you very much.